Welcome back to our series on greenhouse management and plant care. So one of the things that we wanted to start with next is basically the beginning. Where do you start as a nurseryman, as a greenhouse grower? Where does your season start? And Dad, I'll let you go ahead and take this over as far as how do you start for the year? What do you look at? Where do you go first?
Well, you got to start planning way ahead of time because you want to make sure that if you selected a particular plant material, you're going to have it. And it takes a while for the time your order is placed to go downstream. The cuttings have to be grown, they have to be rooted, and they have to be shipped, and that all takes time. So you need to be getting in contact with a good quality broker for a national seed company, one that provides good plant material, and sit down with them to help select your plant material. You need to be doing this in June, and if you wait till the end of July, you may not get what you want. So you've got to get those orders in plenty of time so that the greenhouse that's growing them can get the order and get the plant material up and rooted and ready for you, because it takes time to do that.
Yeah, and as far as that, this is something that we've had experience with before. You know, we'll sit down and we'll have our list and we'll go through and we'll say, well, these are the plant varieties we've done before. These are the ones we like. These are the ones we feel grow best for us. And sometimes there's things that go wrong. So, for example, my Calibrachoa that I used this year, the variety I wanted was not available. So the stock plants for that Calibrachoa, with the broker I went through, those were actually grown in a South American country, and they had an outbreak of tobacco mosaic virus, which meant all of that plant material that they had, all of their stock plants, had to be disposed of. So it wasn't available for me, and if I hadn't planned early enough, I wouldn't have been able to get a replacement variety. So there is a finite amount of plant material that can be grown each year because they need to be able to take those tip cuttings off of their stock plants.
Correct.
And if they don't have enough stock plants and they can't take enough cuttings, then there's a chance that you're not going to get your plant material. So definitely planning ahead, and I know June is really a hectic month. But one of the things that you can do with that is to connect with your broker. Is all of us have some sort of summer professional development where the ag teachers come together for our state's meeting. Inviting a good quality broker to come in and work with you is something that you can do. And I'm not going to name names on these because I don't want to hurt feelings, but there was one broker that has routinely come into a bunch of ag teachers and sold plant material there that the other ag teachers are just not having a good business experience with. Orders getting lost. If you're in northern Idaho, things getting shipped to us frozen. Costs are kind of questionable, but there's been issues with those. You don't have to stick with the same broker. If y'all are having problems with it, talk to the major companies, have them send your broker in. And a lot of them are going to have a broker that is dedicated to educational institutions. There's a broker out there just for schools. It doesn't have to be one of the independent brokers. It can be someone that actually works for one of the major suppliers. Yep, and they all have them. Sometimes those small independent brokers, they're actually going to the main supplier and making the purchase. So you're actually getting a cost added on there. So you want to do what you can to eliminate that and plan ahead. So just because y'all have one broker that comes doesn't mean you have to order from them. Go ahead and invite one from another major company down. Let's put some competition in there so that you can get a good quality product in the quantity for the quantity you want for the cost that you expect.
Well, the other thing you want to do too, in checking with this broker, these greenhouse production companies have field days, and this is a very valuable thing to do. We worked with an independent broker, but she worked directly with these major suppliers, and we actually traveled to California to take a look at the plant material and see what's new, because there are hundreds of new varieties that are introduced to the market every year. Some of them are good, some of them aren't. You've got to keep good records of what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Some of the particular petunias we use in our hanging baskets, we used every single year of over 40 years of growing because the particular plant did extremely well. So if it isn't broke, don't fix it, but you got to keep looking for new stuff.
And if you've got access to the catalog that I have of all the photographs of plant material, those came from a field day shoot. So I took my camera that you're actually seeing this video taken on, and I took it to a field day, and I took photographs of every single variety and every single mix that they had, and that's where I created this vast library of plant material that's all referenced by company, by varietal name. It's all referenced out there. And that resource, as I go to these field days, is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's going to be a part of the curricula that we're developing. But by all means, go to those field days. Coincidentally, some of them happen during our professional development in the fall. Talk to your superintendent and tell them, this is something I need to go to develop my program. I don't need to sit and learn reading strategies because we don't read much in ag, but I sure need to go look at plant material. And hey, this one's close enough. I want to take a busload of students there. I want to take them to an industry experience where they can see what it looks like, and you can see those plants in a mature state and how they're going to perform in your basket. So by all means, get to those field days and look at that plant material that's in a mature state, that's grown in large containers, that you can see how it's going to perform for you.
Yeah, that way you can take a look at the structure, the color, works good, and it also gets the kids excited when they see that. You know, as I look back at students that I've had over the years, many of them started out in the very beginning, and now many of them have got their doctorate degrees, master's degrees, top university degrees, and they're working for major companies. So get them excited, get them in to take a look at it, and you get a chance then to see, yeah, that looks pretty good. No, that doesn't look good. Yeah, I don't like how it grows. And you can scratch that off your list because they give you complete lists of everything that's in these baskets, and then you can make your decision.
Mm-hmm. And the beautiful part about that is, as you're there, this is a field day, this is a sales day for them. If you didn't get things done in June, you can actually do your ordering right there on site. And they'll tell you how many plants they have available for that fall, and you'll know right then and there whether or not you're going to get them. But it's a perfect time also to order if you're unable to get that done in June.
That's a good time to network too.
Oh, very good time to network.
Because there's always more than one broker there or one company doing this. And so you can network with other growers or local greenhouse people. If you live in an area that is kind of remote and they don't normally deliver there, then some of the instructors can get together and you can place your orders all together to one point, and then you guys get together and distribute the plants to your own greenhouses.
And not only that, it's an opportunity for your students, if you take them along, to mingle with greenhouse growers. So this is going to be the salespersons that are there on behalf of those companies, but it's also going to be all of the nurserymen from the local region coming to see what's new. And your students can get a chance to shake hands with a nurseryman that has been doing this all his life, and maybe that's going to be their future employer. Or maybe they've come to the point in their life where they're aging out of their farm and they're looking for a young new grower to come take over.
Exactly.
Perfect time to come in and have them come alongside a new grower so that they can learn that and then have the opportunity to maybe purchase or take that greenhouse over. But yeah, the networking part of that, coincidentally, the last field day I went to was about 7 or 10 miles from where I grew up, from where our farm was. So the growers that were putting on the field day, these are ones that they've known me my entire life. They've known me since I was yay high crawling around. And all of the nurserymen we've seen our entire lives. So these are people in the industry that we've come to know. But that's an ultimate goal to get your group to, is to go to a field day to see that new plant material.
You know, besides looking at getting your plant material ordered on time, you also need to order your containers. And over the years, we've tried different things to grow in. Well, we ended up growing in the pulp containers because we got better growth. And at the time when we did that, we didn't realize we also became very green because everything that we had was recyclable or decomposed. You're not throwing a plastic pot into a landfill. They all decompose. And the wire hangers that we use, those are recyclable as metal. So that's a positive selling point also for your customer that this is a green business.
Yeah, on more than one account. It's a double green business, really. All right, did you have anything else we wanted? I think we're going to save some of this stuff for a little bit later. But yeah, ordering early, ordering the plant material, ordering the things that are going to be successful is really going to help you. One last thing that we'll kind of cover real briefly is when you're at those field days, also look at the plant structure. And we'll go into that in a little bit, and this is kind of a teaser for a future video, but you want to look at how that plant grows and what it looks like as it's mature.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that. So again, this is the one of order those plants as soon as you can, order them early, and get the chance to go see them in their mature state at a field day so you know how they're going to perform for you. All right, I think we've wrapped this video up on this one, and we're going to come at you with another one. So, hey, grab that notebook out, start scrawling those notes, and search the internet and find the broker that's nearest to you so that you're ready to order that plant material. And contact them ahead of time so they know to look for you.
Definitely.
They'll put you on their calendar, and they're going to knock on that door one of the days you're least expecting. And as a busy teacher, you're going to go, that's right, it's time to order plant material. And they'll get you all set and taken care of.
Yeah, and they get excited to work with you because they know that they're helping develop new and train new employees for the industry.
Right, right. All right, thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for the next video.